3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mass Connection.
I'm Dubz Glass.
And this is Seriously Stoned.
Welcome back from Main Month. It's our first episode back at the Care Factory. Today's guest, we have Kyle from the Summit Lounge.
What up,
What's up,
what up?
Kyle?
What up, guys?
The first smoke lounge in Massachusetts. What's going on, bro?
Just chilling, man. You know, making some time for my boys. You know, coming out here.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
I love you
coming
guys, man. I'll tell you what, man. You guys are like seriously supporters of the lounge, and we really appreciate that. I love seeing you guys there. You come to a lot of the events. It's dope, you know.
We appreciate the love, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a cool place to hang out. We like to go. For those of you guys who don't know what Summit is, it's a private members-only lounge. You can bring your own cannabis to consume on site as long as you are a member. They have day memberships available. They have monthly, yearly.
So everyone gets a lifetime membership.
Okay,
All right. And then how you pay is based on your use of the facilities. That's like what we say. You know what I mean? So, so we have different options. I mean, it starts everything from $15 per visit to $45 a month. And then you don't have to pay anything when you come in. So it fits everyone's needs. You know what I mean? We want to work with each individual member on like how often they think they're going to utilize the facilities, you know?
For sure, because I'm sure you find that people use it for a variety of reasons.
I mean,
are there a few reasons you could name? Like,
yeah. I mean, you get everyone, you know, who's in the cannabis industry just looking for a cool place to meet while they're in Worcester. You know, you get that, you know, that regular that comes in there and use it at just like a regular hangout spot. You know, you get the old people who are just curious about cannabis, right? And it's really cool because like when we opened, we didn't think that we were going to see that wide of a demographic. You know, we thought it was going to be 21-year-old kids looking to get high, you know, and that's not what we found. You know, we found, you know, medical patients, recreational consumers, people who
really
are just
quite
curious.
The opposite, I find. It's not that people aren't young, but for the large majority, it's like it's 25 and up, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I'd say even higher, honestly. I'd say 27 to 30 and then 45, you know, like that's our age demographic. We like to say 30 to 45 is our like target market, you know, at this point, after refining it over the last 2 years.
So that's how long you've been open? 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years, February 9th.
Do you find a lot of people come to Summit to smoke because they can't smoke in their house for whatever reason?
Yeah, you know, we do. We find that the majority of people come for events. You know, people really enjoy the community. They enjoy, like, the activities. You know, I don't think we're at a point socially where people are, like, going to utilize it as a bar, so to speak, where you just go out for a drink and, you know, they want to still have a reason to come out, you know, and that's what we find most people use it for. They come to the events.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys have events like every night or
oh my
weekly?
God.
Or?
We have karaoke tonight.
It's however people.
Dust off my lungs.
It's
Are you
however
all right, dude?
people.
Do you need a hand?
I rolled it backwards, okay?
Some people.
Already stoned.
It's however people book the space, right? Because it's basically if you want to book it, you can book it.
Yeah. So, you know, what we found is that, like, we don't hold events. We allow the community to hold events there. So any member can hold an event, you know, whether it's a private event or like a members event, you know, and you can book out the lounge privately, pay per hour, and that covers everyone's use fees for the evening. Or you can, like, work with us to set up an event where the members get special pricing and they can come in and, yeah. So it's cool. It's cool. We have a lot of different options depending on what you're trying to do.
That's cool that you're able to facilitate that for people that may not necessarily have like a large bankroll but want to do something to get the community together.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we're really big on the community. You know, we realized that was huge in the cannabis space, you know, and there's still a huge underrepresented portion of cannabis consumers as well as, you know, entrepreneurs in the cannabis space, right? Where we're still in that transition from like, you know, like the original market to the quote unquote legal market, you know, and a lot of people are still searching for that, like, how do I fit in, you know, and how can we as an organization bridge the gap? That's what we always wanted to do, you know, and we felt really passionate about that from the beginning. So that's what we try to do, you know?
For sure. So you like to do networking events? Like what type of events do you guys have? Like give us a rundown.
Dude, everything. We got bingo, comedy shows, drag shows, karaoke, growers meetup, Bong Pong. Yeah, that was an interesting one. That was actually really fun. That was a good time. The drag show is wicked funny.
My wife had a fantastic time.
I bet she. Yo, I'm telling you, you guys should have came. You missed out. No, we do glass meetups. We do the Hetty Swap meet. I mean, we have a Disney event coming up. So we got a couple events around 420. We got a burlesque show.
Oh, what? Yeah, maybe I'll be there for that one.
Yo, that's
I
gonna
ain't
be a
miss
good
that
one, bro. I'm
I won't
telling
miss
you.
that one.
You ain't kidding. It's now we got a whole bunch of stuff going on over there. It's crazy. You know, we kind of just opened the space and didn't really know what to expect and just like let it build itself. And the community drives what we do, what we offer, stuff like that. And we're always taking feedback too. So, you know, that's important to us. You know, representing the consumer base that we have. How does our organization serve them?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Totally, man.
I know he's kind of focusing on rolling the joints.
I know, dude. I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to, I'm trying to roll with the questions. Now, for those of you wondering why Kyle's not indulging in the cannabis with us, he doesn't smoke.
I don't smoke. No,
He doesn't
no.
smoke. He smokes hemp.
I do. I've honestly been cutting back on the hemp too. I've really only been using like the edibles and like the topicals.
Oh, so
honestly.
you eat it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I eat hemp, but it's gonna be from a person I know and trust.
Again, hemp.
Well, not hemp, but like
So you ain't, but are
not
you
hemp
doing-
flower, CBD extract, you could say.
Oh, so CBD edibles,
yeah, CBD.
not
edibles.
THC.
No,
You
not
don't-
THC. No, I don't do any
THC.
THC.
Isn't for you.
Nah, so I'm in recovery. I've been sober for like 7
Okay.
years. You know what I
Cool,
mean?
cool.
And it's like, I don't know. At this point in my life, I'm just like, I don't really need it. I get to enjoy it. I love weed, but like, it's just not for me. You know?
So have you?
So funny story, right? So I did eat an edible. All right.
Oh shit!
On
Tell us that. I
accident,
wanna hear
right?
that.
On accident, right? And dude, I'm telling you, the worst experience of my entire life. I'm gonna be honest, like, dude, I was up till like 2 a.m. just contemplating life, like, and it wasn't good. All right. So it pretty much solidified. That was probably like a year ago, and it solidified like I'm not getting high ever again.
What did someone have like something that they were sharing and you just didn't realize it was?
No, dude, it was labeled as CBD, and dude, yeah, that's why it's so important to trust your source and know what you're getting. And
1000%.
dude, I'm telling you, like, it was labeled as CBD, and I ate it, and fucking.
We actually.
Can I swear on this? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
you
you
can
can.
fucking say whatever the fuck you want.
Dude,
Balls,
all right, good, because I swear like a trucker, man. Like,
Yeah, no, go
it's
ahead,
funny.
man. Cuss away.
I did this radio show on Unity Radio in Worcester, and bro, they would, like, the dude behind the thing was always like, "Don't swear, like, stop swearing." And I'm like,
You're gonna get us kicked off the airwaves. Nah, we'll welcome here, motherfucker.
all right, good,
So,
man.
me and Colin and a couple other friends went to New York this weekend.
Yeah, you were supposed to get me a bag, bro.
Yeah, I know. And our trip kind of got cut a little short.
It was a whole car wreck, yo. Oh my god.
Oh
As
god.
everybody knows, I love my acid, and I convinced the other two people, not Colin.
I don't do that shit,
He
yo.
doesn't partake in the acids.
Yeah, no, hey.
But
Each their own.
I convinced him to take some with me and go to the city, and we walked through Central Park and got to the city, and we thought our friend over here was
Oh my
gonna
God.
get kidnapped by a fur trader.
All right, so yeah, it was all right. I literally said there were very few things that I wanted to accomplish in New York City on this trip, and one of them was try to score the ultimate deal on fur. Okay,
Yo.
so we parked
hot
in
right
Central
now.
Square. We walking through the park. Life's dope. We getting stoned. Everything's great. Smiles,
Living,
laughs.
living.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Central Park, if you're walking south through it, it dumps you out into the straight city, yo.
Yeah,
Fucking all
yeah.
the busy streets, Times Square area,
Everything's right there.
all the high-end stores. And literally the first fucking corner, there's a dude with a fur coat way better than mine. Yo. And I'm like, damn, dude, that's a fucking coat. And if this isn't a sign from the universe
Yeah,
that this is
you
my
gotta-
plug, yo.
you gotta
and
follow
he's
him,
standing there
man.
with a sign that says store closing, sale today and tomorrow only. I said, yo, this is fucking meant to be,
That's
dude.
it,
Like,
that's
holy
it.
shit. So I go up to the dude and I'm so enthusiastic that the dude's like taking a guard, right? And I'm like, yo, you got furs, bro? Like, come on, let's go, let's go.
Were you
let's go.
wearing the fur coat?
No. I didn't wear my
All
fur coat.
All right.
So then they're all like, dude, don't go. And I'm like,
We're
come
yelling
on.
at him, no, and then we're all tripping balls at this point, like, bro.
And I'm not taking that into consideration. I'm just so gassed on the fucking
Yeah.
fur. No, I think I'm getting brought to a storefront street level.
He starts
And then
going down alleys.
No, dude, we walk by this dude who nods at us going into the door, dude. And then he wants me to go up an elevator with him. I'm like, elevator? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. And I turned around and walked out. And they're like, oh, all right, thank you. Like, thank you for coming back out.
Yeah.
And at that point, Org was totally fucking freaked out, yo. And he was like so spun off, dude. So we're like, all right, that clearly was a bad idea.
So we tried to go to Saks Fifth Avenue.
Let's go to Saks.
This place is...
I'm looking for a bag for my wife, like one specific bag in the whole fucking city. I'm looking for it. Okay,
Saks will have it.
So we're going to Saks.
Yeah,
we get in there. If you haven't been lately, it's fucking like
they got Dichro fucking walls and shit, and
it's an acid trip in itself, dude. Like even sober, it's a fucking acid trip. So the walls just start melting for Jordy and shit.
My God. I literally lost my vision. I started walking into things. I started sweating bullets down my face.
Yo.
Our friend Jordy was like, we gotta get to the park. We gotta go back to the park.
He's losing his shit. I'm like, dude, we're here. I just need to find this bag. We're leaving. So I bring them outside so he can calm down outside. And there's fucking 4 cops outside.
Be cool, man. Be cool.
And so we go back, me and Dom go back in, and we're looking for the bag. Of course, the backpack I'm looking for is on the 7th floor. I'm like, dude, we don't got time for this. I was like, we got to go back out. He's freaking out. So we go back out.
You just left him out there with the cops?
No,
bro?
we left him out there with our other buddy who was like
okay.
cool to like watch him, right?
Yeah,
had enough wits about him.
Yeah.
And
wasn't peeking yet.
Yeah, wasn't peeking yet. I think actually it was probably a good thing he took it 30 minutes later, because if he hadn't, we probably would have had an even worse time.
So we had to retreat back to the park.
Yeah, back to Central Park. So we get back to Central Park and we look at Oregon and we're like, yo, dude, so like, did we drive all the way to New York to fucking have
Chill
a meltdown and then
Yeah.
head home? And he's like,
So he just started walking back to the car. We get all the way back to the car, and he's like, all right, I'm good. Let's go back out.
and we're
And
like,
this was
yo,
like a 9-mile walk.
dog,
No, because you can't park down
my
there.
legs
like,
are
it's so hard
already
to
ready
find
to
parking.
fucking
But you know
fall
what?
off.
Colin was in a really bad mood because, he doesn't take acid, so he was
Yeah, he's
playing-
like these freaking guys,
playing
these
chauffeur.
fucking guys. Yeah.
I was
And
more pissed because
we
I
got-
had gone for like pleasure
Specific.
but business. Like
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
an itinerary to follow.
And it just turned into all pleasure.
Yo, it turned into a melting acid room.
But we had a really good time on the walk back. Colin got this couple that thought he was gonna. This couple asked me to take a picture, right?
Get
on
the
the
fuck outta
stairs.
here.
The big stairs. It's always in the
Yeah,
movies
yeah,
with the
yeah.
big fountain.
Oh, I said,
I've been to New York a couple of times. It's a good time.
I
It's
see
a
him
good
going.
time.
I see him get like they're going like trying to take the selfie. His arm's not long enough. He's got these T-Rex arms. So I'm like, hey, my man, can I do you a favor? Can I take a picture of you guys for you? And he looks at me
Instantly.
and he goes, yeah, but don't steal my phone.
Instantly profile.
And that like pissed me off, dude, because
You look like the type of guy that would steal a phone.
But like
bro.
it was like, yo, you really think I'm that type of motherfucker, yo? Like, okay. So I'm like, no, I'm too fat. I don't run, buddy. And while I'm saying that, I flipped the camera around, right? Acted like I was a dumbass who didn't know how a phone worked, and I photo bursted like 1,000 fucking pictures of myself smiling like this.
Fill this shit
I
up.
closed the phone. I handed it back to him. I said, "Oh, I hope you guys enjoy your trip." And he's like, "Oh, thanks so much." And I just kept walking, and I just walked right past them, and they like started following me, and it got to a point where I just couldn't contain myself anymore. I just started bursting out laughing, like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then I like clued him into what happened. Oh, dude, it was the perfect lineup
great.
of everything working. It was way better than Kaya's Drop Your Pocket.
All right.
Wait,
He gets people.
Yeah, dude, but it made that literally look like the dumbest joke in the
I'm
world.
actually gonna stitch him a leather pocket that he can then
Get the
drop.
f out of here. Throw it on the ground behind him, and they're like, "Where did that come from? Like, what is going on?" Yo, I was in New York a couple years ago, and we went to like this underground punk show. And it was like in this apartment. It was like a 2-bedroom apartment. And I shit you not, it was like a bunch of sweaty ANAFTA people, like just like raging in this bedroom. And they had a bar like in the kitchen. Like
Okay, so they do that in Boston. So when I
Yo.
used to work at Blue Moon, shout out Sammy and the crew, back in the day,
Okay.
one of the homies that used to work there was one of those like grunge DJs. Like after the clubs closed, like
Everybody's
they
looking for a
turned out-
place to go,
They
yeah.
turned out their boys' houses and fucking would rage on the rooftops and shit and have like kitchen
that's
bars
so
and
dope.
shit
Yeah,
all
yeah.
night. And it'd be like super secret and like
Yo, that's
dude.
the scene, man. If you can get in, bro, those things are a good time. I went to, I went out in Boston maybe 6 months ago, and we went to like this underground rave. Like, dude, they had different rooms of the house were all like set up like different themes. Like,
That's
and
cool
dude,
shit.
it was wild.
That's
And
cool shit.
Of course, the cops came like 20 minutes after we got there, but
course, yeah.
like whatever, you know what I mean?
Police.
We still partied, whatever. We just went down the street, partied, and then went back and.
So that's a really nice sweatshirt you got there.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to know that never got my Summit Lounge sweatshirt.
Thanks for my T-shirt.
Never.
Bro, you don't have one?
Thanks for my T-shirt.
Yeah, all right. I was gonna be like, you freaking got a T-shirt, bro.
I had to flex on
made
Dom
sure.
for me.
Yeah, bro. Let him know. Let him know, dude.
I
We
got
actually, honestly,
I
so
had to give
these
him one of mine though.
these were pre-ordered, so you had to pre-order these, and we only sold 30 of them, bro. These are
He
limited
lost
edition.
my pre-order is what happened.
Bro, he didn't pre-order. Don't let him lie to you. But we actually might. Some people didn't pick theirs up, so I might actually have one for
Oh,
you.
shit.
A select few. I mean, he got the T-shirt. You guys might get sweatshirts. I don't know. I gotta check the sizes, see what's up.
Events that you got coming up.
Yeah.
Starting next week, because this is coming out Friday. What do you got? Anything off the top of your head?
I don't even fucking know. I'll be
I know you got a work phone.
Yeah, pull it up.
Bro,
Pull it up,
I gotta
man. It's
fucking.
okay.
We got the calendar, bro.
It's
I
not
mean,
like a really expensive dinner where you're expected to leave your phone like not on the table. No,
I mean,
you're good. Man.
I got 4 text messages. It's
Yo, fuck
You need
that,
to
bro.
swipe left or swipe right. We're not gonna stop you.
Bro, I actually saw. So I've been with this girl for almost like 6 months, and I deleted Tinder and Bumble the other day.
Hey!
You know? I felt like it was the right. I feel like it was.
What's his name?
You got some type of soundboard effect or
Nah.
something?
All right, back to the events, bro. Yo.
Celebration bong rip. Deleting Tinder and
Deleting
Bumble.
Tinder and Bumble, yeah.
Damn, man. Well, fuck.
Yeah, I kept Grinder, but you know what I mean. Whatever. Yeah. So events, we got cultivation education on Wednesday.
This Wednesday or next Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
That's not gonna matter because this is gonna be after that.
It releases Friday, so give us Friday
What?
night, Saturday,
Oh,
Sunday,
all right.
and then the week.
All right. So we got interpret tasting. We got the wellness event. We got an art show. Next week we got grow and tell. We got bong pong. We got comedy. The week after that we got a Canon networking event, elevate and create, a 70s night, drag show, Neva.
So the list goes on and on.
I mean, on and on. We're booking out till like
It's
May.
good to see that the place is being used. Like,
God.
it's so good to see that, like,
know,
it's
we've-
actually, like,
I mean, obviously you weren't this busy right from the get.
No, dude. It took a long time for us to even get people to believe that it was legal. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's finally just
believe
slowed
that.
down where people are like, it's legal. You know, like the conversations of like,
that.
how is that legal? Like, that's illegal. And then me having to like convince them that it's legal. Like, and I mean, this is people like random people to like law enforcement officials that like just have you know, and it's not their fault. Like, I mean, the law, I mean, dude, cannabis law is constantly changing. Like, they don't, it's hard to wrap your head around it, you know, and we're in such a niche area where it's like it's so many different laws overlapping. Like, just trying to explain it to people is just fucking mind blowing.
I can only imagine, and it wasn't easy. So how long? So how long from like, hey, we want to do this to it opening?
A year.
It was a year.
It was a year. It was a solid year. And dude, honestly, I almost gave up hope. Like, honestly, I was like, if we don't get it, if we don't find it, the tough part wasn't like getting through all the legal bullshit. It was like convincing landlords that it was legal. You know what I mean? Like, literally having that conversation. I must have had it with. I got my real estate license. Like, I literally went to the class and got my real estate license because I was like, these people are like trying to screw me because I'm like trying to do this illegal business, and I'm like, it's not illegal. You know what I mean? And it's like, so I went and got my real estate license, and you know, and then yeah. So I mean, the majority of that was like finding a place, and my dad randomly was walking down Water Street, and there was a tattoo shop in our current location that was going out of business, and. Went in, hey, what's the landlord's name? Got her number, called her. She's like, you give me 3 months rent, I don't care what the fuck you doing here. Like, just pay the money, and we were in, you know. And it was crazy. After months, and I mean months of looking, it was that easy. You know, you just meet the right person.
So besides you can go in there and smoke and you need to be a member to come in, is there any other rules? Like, you can't sell cannabis, right?
Yeah, that's the other big one. We don't allow any sales on the property. You know, I don't care what you do outside, you know what I mean? But inside, like, that's the one thing. I've had numerous conversations with the chief of police, the police department, and like, they're like, if we know that you're distributing cannabis in here and selling it, like, we'll shut you down. And if you're not doing that, you don't have anything to worry about. You're
Yeah,
good.
this is the same rules over here at the Care Factory.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty fair to respect it. I mean, if you got business to conduct it, and then come out and hang out. Like I know plenty of people that conduct business, but they make those places like this place and Summit the place to like where that's not business. It's really like about kicking it.
You don't work when you go to the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's your off time. That's your off time. Like
Meeting
you know.
people that share the same interests as you and stuff like that. That's really the bonus to it. And to see people like it take advantage of that kind of sucks, but.
Yeah, but we really haven't run into that too much. Like, I'll be honest with you, the like the cannabis community and people that are actually in it. Like, you get like the newbies that obviously try to buy weed there, and it's usually a quick conversation. Like, hey, this isn't the place for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're looking for weed, there's a dispensary right around the corner. Like, head over there. And they're usually pretty respectful. But like, for the most part, like people that are in the community, right? Like that actually like do this, right? Like they're more than respectful. They understand the deal. They're cool with it. They're just, I feel 90% of the time they're just happy to have a place where they can come and safely hang out. That alternative to the bar.
A lot of people that come already have their like. I feel like most people that are there like already have some type of access to cannabis anyway. It's what brought them there in the first place.
No, and that went big into us like looking at this type of model, right? Because it's like, Massachusetts allows home grow, we allow medical, so like I'm like 75% of cannabis consumers don't even purchase on the legal market, quote unquote, legal market. So it's like where are these people going? Like, and that was what we wanted to target. Like I want a place for everyone to come hang out. Like, I don't
industry people, not industry people, everyone,
and in a place for like people who are in that community to actually meet to disprove some of those myths around like the dirty stoner and that lazy, like that's not what it is.
The successful people that roll through there.
There's a lot of successful people. I mean, there really is, and like what's crazy to me is the people that aren't in the cannabis community, like that actually have like quote unquote real jobs, right? Like lawyers, doctors,
cool
like
hear what people do. Because like with my consulting company, I always like to like ask, like, because a lot of these times it's with people's like side businesses and stuff like that that I'm helping get off the ground. I'm always like, what do you do for like your day job? I've had people be like, I'm studying brains, coming up with disease like
it's
cures
crazy
and stuff. Because I have like clients in Boston. And it's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, and on the weekends I like to race sailboats. I'm like, yo, if you ain't the coolest mother effer I've ever met in my entire life, your life is way cooler than mine. He's like, I don't know about that, man. I work all day. I was like, I guess so.
Yeah, you're right. You got that. I used to find when I recovery coached, it would be crazy because like these parents like would pay me to like recovery coach their kids, and I'm like, these are like trust fund kids, like they don't want or need for anything, and I'm like driving a 99 beat up truck, you know what I mean, to pick up this millionaire in Newton, like, yo, let's get sober, kid. And I'm like telling them they need to get like a
great
job.
Being sober can be.
Yeah, right.
You too can own your own cannabis business.
Yo, it's the truth. It's so funny.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's cool that was one of the things that you decided to do. Yeah. So I mean, you haven't always been in and attached to the cannabis industry.
No, man. I never even thought I would be again. So
you've done like so what have you done for work? Like what is your background?
What is my life? Who is Kyle?
Yeah, who is Kyle? Who is Kyle Moon? And if it wasn't Summit,
we are. Congratulations. I did win one last year.
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. It's a community award, man. No, I don't. Stop it. Yo,
this is what you wish you could have.
Yo, this is your year right now. And I just want
as long as you vote. Click the link in our bio. It's really simple. Click it.
It's that simple. We have one in our bio too.
Any can. Then it brings you to that page. You put in your email, you vote, and then hit submit.
I want to say we're nominated for like inclusive and diverse business or something like that. Nice. I think, dude. Honestly, I haven't put that much stock in it. Honestly, I'm at the point where like I just won. What was it? I just won Pulse Magazine's People to Watch of 2020.
My guy out here is winning so many awards. You're like, who is this guy? No one even knows who he is.
like,
and trying to bick me.
yeah, I did do that. I did. Yo, you should see all the lighters I have in my house.
That's why you gotta buy one of Dubz custom lighter wraps.
Yo,
You know which one
that
it
bag
is.
you had at the Heady Swap Meet, I'm telling you right now, was one of the hottest things I've seen all year. Like
The Gucci bag.
the Gucci bag with that drawing of the tree and the mountain on it.
If I were to tell you that I cut it up.
Fucking walk out of this podcast.
He did.
Stop! I hate you. Why do you do that? It's like a work of art,
I've
man.
been making slides with them. I'll show you a pair when we leave. But yeah, I made some custom pair of slides out of them.
I fucking hate you.
He's a straight savage, yo. He was in the Louis store one day, and he's like, "Hey, can I get the bag without the strap?" And the woman's like, "Why do you want it without the strap?" And he's like, "Cause I cut it up." And she's like, "What?"
It's a $500 difference. You buy a strap with this $500 extra. What the fuck did I need a strap for?
Yeah, I don't need the strap. I'm cutting this bitch
My own
out.
strap.
That's funny. All right, so back to who I am.
Yeah, who is Kyle
Who am
Moon?
I?
And if
Yeah.
it wasn't for Summit, who would Kyle Moon be today?
Man, that's a question. That's a question. I don't know, man. All right, so I got sober in 2013. You know, before that, I was in a lot of different industries, underground, original market type industries. Still,
OG.
yeah, you know, and I did that all through high school, and then after high school, I did that as well. You know, and I had it. You know, I was gonna sell drugs. That's what I was gonna do. That was it. That was my life. And needless to say, that didn't work out.
Usually doesn't.
Usually doesn't. No. The drugs I was selling were not sustainable, right? And so I ended up getting sober, right? So I ended up going to jail for a little bit, and then I got sober, right? And you know, I go to an anonymous fellowship regularly. I still go all the time. You know, and I was working as an electrician. That was like my legit money job. My dad's an electrician. My grandfather was an electrician, and I was the son that was gonna
Follow in the family.
school wasn't for me, you know. School's not for you, kid. And you know, so I was gonna be an electrician, right? And I was doing that when I got sober for maybe like a year, and then one of my good friends ended up overdosing and dying, and I was like, this is bullshit. Like, we gotta do something, man. Like, let's like rally and stuff, you know. And I got wicked involved in the recovery movement, right? And I did that for maybe like a year, and then I started as a recovery coach. Was still driving into Boston, doing like more of the Massachusetts Organization of Addiction Recovery. Like, I did a lot of work with them at the State House, and then I ended up getting a job for DPH. Well, this whole time I'm still fighting court cases. You know what I mean? I'm still in and out of court like every month, like just fighting. You know, and they wanted to put me away for a while, and needless to say, they didn't, because I'm here, right? And,
Thankfully.
thankfully,
Blessed, man.
Thank you.
No, it's the truth.
Nah, it's the
yo.
truth. Yo, I'm telling you right now, like,
decision
honestly,
would change your whole life.
the system is rigged against people. Like, and unless you got the resources, and you know, and like people talk about like knowing their privilege, but like the reality is, unless you got like that I'm gonna win and I'm gonna fight till the end, like type mentality, like, and you're screwed. You know, it's easier to take the time than to fight for 5 or 6 years. You know, I was going to pretrial for 5 years. You know, in and out of court every single month, like,
Make it
right?
as expensive as possible.
Dude, and not even that. It's the highs and lows too, because like 1 month they'd be like, we're gonna give you a deal. Next month they'd be like, nah, that's off the table. You're going to prison. And they're like, what happened? You know what I mean? And unless you can, you know, you have a strong support network behind you, like you can't weather that shit, right? And so whatever. So yeah, blah blah blah. So I ended up working for DPH, right? So they had this program. It was a grant through Samson. I don't have a college degree or nothing, right? Like, I'm a straight junkie from the streets, right? And I got so I was just kept going to these meetings, and they were like, "Yo, you're perfect for this." Like, so what it was we were setting up community advisory boards throughout the state. So like, you're a young person, you're seeking like recovery from substance abuse, right? So we would go into your community and we'd set up like these meetings where these young people would come to us and be like, "Hey, like, we need this, we need that, like, this is not what we need, like, you're not helping us, you know?" And I'd be the one to set up those meetings, talk with these young peoples, and then, like, quote unquote, like, write a report back to DPH and be like, "Hey, this is what these people in this community are saying they need as supports to aid them in recovery. Yeah, how can we allocate funding to actually get them the resources that they need?" You know what I mean? And so I did that for maybe, like, 6-7 months, and then, you know, unfortunately, like I said, the system's rigged, man. Like, you know, I had those open court cases, and they said you can't work with kids. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I'm here. Like, I'm doing this. Like, we already got 6 meetings set up. Like, we're starting to have impact. And they're like, "Oh, we got to put you on paid leave till the end of your court cases," right? And the system, right? And I should have sued, honestly. To be honest with you, I should have sued DPH, right? Because like I made all this stuff known in the quarry, right? And still it came up, and they were like, nah, like after they already hired me and everything. It was crazy.
Sometimes logistics will come back to bite you.
Yeah.
Kind of like when I was trying to order my dinner to this evening.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. What are you talking about, bro? Like
He is so sorry. He told me about this before you even got here.
he was just looking for an in to bring up the dinner. But yeah, so whatever. So whatever. They fucked me. Long story short, but it didn't really. They didn't really fuck me, honestly. Like it actually worked out really good. Hindsight, everything works out the way it's supposed to. So
I'm gonna lose weight tonight.
You are, dude. Yeah, you could, bro.
Exactly, it all works out.
You could have choked on your meal. You don't know.
Could have died.
Could have died. He's on borrowed time right now.
I'd like to just pause for a second and shout out to SF class. I haven't had to say that in a
My man, he's fucking home from fucking rehab. He's in
SF class.
his own room, in his own bed, doing his fucking...
Love you, Steve.
Yo, I fucking love you, man.
Bro.
Keep fucking fighting, bro. Real shit.
I'm telling you right now, from someone being there, like, yo, when you go home,
Not
and
that kind of drug rehab.
nah, but even like being away, dude, like even like going to the hospital for like a couple of months and then getting home, like, bro, like laying in your own bed is like fucking thank God.
You went through some shit. For sure. So shout out to SF class.
We'll get to that.
We want to say shout out to Care Factory, obviously, for letting us have our podcast here every week.
So generous. Thank you very much, boys.
They got a couple events this month. They're doing Angela Mazzanti, the 420 model. She's more than just a model. She's a huge business.
That's interesting.
Consultant, lifestyle influencer.
On the West Coast, she's amazing.
You've probably seen her with companies like Punch, Dizzy, Skunk Bags.
She does a lot of advertising for a lot of them. It's Angela Mazzanti. She'll be here on March 20th. Followed directly the next day, 2 days of SeedCon.
SeedCon.
That's supposed to be a big event, dude.
SeedCon.
So if you need seeds and you're not and you can, and you're looking for seeds, they're gonna have any.
Bill?
They're not gonna have any. They're gonna be
Yeah,
here.
they're not available.
Yeah, right.
This is a type of a solution to the seed problem that any team is having.
That's not a it's not.
It's not a competition. It's meant to provide a solution for a lot of people who already logistically had planned to be out here with a lot of
So they don't lose a lot of
That's the thing.
If you have flight, like say you're a seed vendor and you have a flight and you have logistics for a hotel and all these things, you can't just turn. You don't just turn around and cancel your shit. Like you still gotta come.
If you're looking to feed your neighborhood birds, this is the place to come.
They were into losing more than just their booth fees at that point.
No, exactly. I mean, it was such short notice too. That's what's
Like a
crazy. about
30-day
it.
out solution, which is pretty cool to have.
Yeah, no,
So
definitely.
that's March 21st and the 22nd. Angela Mazzanti is March 20th.
And that's why not to get back off that, but I love both of these places for two completely different reasons. Like they're two completely different vibes, and that's what I tell people. I'm like, oh, like what's up with this? Like, is it like that or instead of that? I'm like, no, like it's both.
Yeah, no, I think they both fit in the market perfectly.
I love that this is like a great like large event space. They have like a capacity to do like way like bigger scale things, but Summit is just such like an intimate, like kick it with your friends, enjoy your time, like have a fun night.
It's more like a clubhouse.
Meet new people and have a conversation and stuff rather than like enjoy whatever event is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I love them both equally. It's really dope to see them both, thriving. I mean, this is just getting started, and it's cool to see where it's headed. And Summit's been running, and it's cool to see. Like when we open the door and see it's busy, it's awesome for us.
Bro, you came down for what was the comedy show? Was it the comedy show that you were at last night?
No, it was the every time you guys have bingo, that shit's slamming.
Bro.
And I walked in and the door said at capacity and Kyle smiles. Come on,
No, it was
everybody.
Bourbon Supreme.
Yeah, Vermin Supreme.
It was Vermin.
Vermin. Yes.
It was cool. No, and speaking of Vermin, it was cool to sit with him because, I mean, in school, I remember my teacher being like, oh, yeah, there's this crazy guy that wears a boot on his head and wants to give everyone a pony. And I'm like, oh, that's insane. And then that night, my life brought me to the couch in Summit that had him sitting next to me, having a real conversation with me. It was cool to have an actual conversation with this guy that was essentially like folklore in my life. You know what I mean? Like, wow, what a wild intersection of life.
I would have never thought I'd meet him, honestly.
There's not many people that you meet learning in school.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
You know what? He's very pro-cannabis. I had a conversation with him. He actually wants to come on the show and try to see if he can out-smoke weed.
Yeah, I asked him if he could hang.
I think he...
I'm going to make him a custom boot that he can wear around to all his conventions.
Bro, you won't make him a Gucci boot.
Not a Gucci boot, but probably a pony boot.
He's not really much of a Gucci type of guy. Don't forget, he can paint whatever the fuck a motherfucker wants.
I think it's going to be more...
You are an artist.
I like to paint.
Sick, right? Artist. Yeah, I agree. Dude, I'm with you guys. I see the art.
Someone's going to yell that back.
Uh-oh.
You can hear that. Dude, I'll tell you what, bro. Last night I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I thought someone was gonna start shooting outside of my apartment.
Really?
Like on some real shit. Like I was like, yo, like these people were going at it. Like, and I live in the hood. Like we're in the hood. Like it's like there were these two like Bernie campaign people walking around, and I was like scared for them. I was like, bro, you shouldn't be here. Like,
where you are.
Yeah, like I'm like, and they're like,
I don't know what type of market you're trying to target, but
this isn't it, bro. And they were straight like, and like I like tend to look like a hipster sometimes with the beard, but like, dude, these guys were like hipster. Like it was wild.
I also wanted to just say shout out Kaya because he supplied me some weed today.
Yo, fire.
Hey, shout out.
Fire.
Weed sponsor of the show.
But
This episode, Kaya.
Kaya Gardening. Fucking Owl's Nest.
If you want to sponsor the show.
Is it?
Okay.
He's a grower, dude.
We
He
love
knows
to
what he's
talk
doing.
shit.
He's a grower, not a shower, guys.
Actually, if you meet him in person, we'll probably try to show you too.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. God, he's at my club right now.
Oh, he's right in the face
We're
down
actually
there.
going to head there. I'm going to head there.
I gotta go home and work. Damn it.
I'm with you. I gotta go home and work. I was there all day.
So go to your club and work.
I was there all day working.
You work more here.
I work. I do things. I do lots of things.
So when you're not at the club, you're
Yeah.
a novice grower, right?
I'm a gardener. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I like growing everything. Like our house has probably 40 house plants, if not more. And then
More plants than people. That's good.
more plants than people. Yes.
Shout out Dab Cree as well.
Yeah, that's my roomie, Dab Cree.
So how long have you been growing cannabis?
Dude, probably 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year. I started last summer. I grew my first outdoor. Someone tried to steal it, and I instantly moved indoors.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a little harder to
sounds
steal
about
the
right.
plant from inside.
Yeah, sounds about right. You know what I mean? But yeah, nah, it's
So tent, closet, built room.
I mean, yeah, nah. So I used to grow a lot back in the day, but I've recently gotten back into it. I mean, things have changed so much. This isn't, a couple of dudes in the swamp with a pump, putting out some plants, right? This is like, it's high tech, and the stuff that they have nowadays is amazing. Honestly, it makes it a lot easier, but it's also a lot more complicated. I've come to find out, right? But at the end of the day, it's growing weed. You know what I mean? It's nothing special. Like, obviously it can be, but so I built a couple of 4x4s. I built two 4x4s. Just growing in there, and then I stepped up to a 10 and grown in there, and it's nice. I enjoy it. I love it. I like working with the plants. I like fucking with the plants. I like the soil.
It's cool to see how it all goes.
Yeah, no, it's when you can bring something from like beginning to end and then watch someone enjoy it, like that's amazing.
Totally the best part is to consume it.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I don't get that.
But getting to see the enjoyment.
Yeah, getting to see the enjoyment. Like my girl's my guinea pig, and I let her, smoke it
She
up.
got a girlfriend?
Huh?
Drunk your girlfriend?
Hey, willing participant, all right. But she, so yeah, we get to, so it's cool to watch that, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I really do. I mean, there's so much technology nowadays, dude.
So you've been growing for a little while now.
Yeah.
What's been?
Donated the tent too.
He did. He donated my clone tent and some lizards. I do have the lizards. I love Bob and Frank.
Renamed.
I did Bob and Frank, bro. I know.
Their names were Dubz and Banger.
Nah, it's Bob and Frank, dude.
Some fucking white people.
I know, it's so fucking weird.
What would you say has been the most challenging thing that you haven't expected, or expected but didn't think it was going to be as hard as it was? Either overcome or learn.
Most challenging. Most challenging is being at the lounge. And there's so many good growers out there, right? And everyone has really good point of views, and you want to try everything, right? And you're you talk with one person and they're doing this, and then you talk with this person and they're doing that, and you're oh, I could do both of those, and you can't.
I can tell you, from experience, when that exact thing happening, just take advice from one person, because when you start mixing advice,
Two people max.
And here's the thing that
They gotta know each other, so they know what they're telling you.
yeah, and it's all
Shout out
strain.
Kaya and Sailor. They tell me whatever the fuck I need to know.
Nah, amazing growers, both of them, dude.
Passion 420. So,
Keep the fire. He does keep the fire.
keep her up. Yes, he does.
He does keep the fire. But yeah, no, that's the biggest thing, and then I've come to find out too, it's so strain specific. You know what I mean? I'm working with two strains right now, Black Cherry Punch and then this Titty Sprinkles, right?
Titty Sprinkles.
I know. It's weird because this random dude came into the lounge, gave me these seeds, right? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll try them. And I did the whole sexting thing and everything. And
Wait, you sexted them?
oh, I sexted them, bro.
I sent the dirty message.
So a strain that I've been looking for quite a while is ATF, if you've ever heard of it.
ATF.
Alaskan
Wow.
Thunderfuck.
Dude, I'll never forget the time we were in Summit, and you called me and Kaya over, and you said, hey, this random dude just came in, and with this massive bag of fucking crazy genetics, do you think you guys can look through this and tell me what you think? And we both looked at each other, and we said, there's not a single way in hell that any of these seeds are fucking real, because it was literally the
Everything.
bag of everything.
Like the Holy Grail.
Yo, it was literally if you went into the High Times magazine from now back until
The 50s. When was it
literally
created?
the first High Times episode, magazine. It was literally that catalog. It was ridiculous, and they all looked the same as shit.
Yo.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You still have 'em?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I'm waiting till I get the space to actually, experiment a little bit more. But yeah, nah. So that's been the biggest thing, and then it's like I said, there's just so much technology and how that works with that natural. I'm very the plant needs to be watered when the pot's light. You know what I mean? The temperature needs to be this. And put an AC in, and there's just so many controllers, and I mean you get into some of the hydro stuff, some of the drip systems, It's like science, and that's also the thing I like about it too. It's very therapeutic, but it's also very knowledgeable, and you can take it as far as you want. You can throw a weed plant in the windowsill or out on the back deck and get some weed, right? Or you can actually get into the bud structure on this one is different from this one, and if I adjust the lighting here, and if this spectrum does this, and just figuring out all that science.
I
is
like
cool.
your grower voice. You see he has a grower voice?
Yeah, bro.
Talks to his plants.
I'm animated, dude. I have many voices.
So I don't know if you watched last week's episode. We did Chocolate Glass up in Maine.
How was that Maine going? How was that trip, dude?
Such a
Maine's
fun trip.
amazing.
Yeah, bro, it was awesome to go and visit. we didn't know a couple of the people, so it was really cool to sit down. Most of the people that come on our podcast are people we've either met in the past.
Thanks for having me on too. Honestly, like I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I really love you guys.
So Chaka was our last one that we did, and he's a glass blower. He's very well renowned. He does what he calls a blizzard tech. It's just like snow. So I had him make. I ordered a marble from him. I ordered a marble from him. He hooked it up. But yeah. If you had a chance to watch last week's episode, he did a chillum demo. At the end of our episode. So if you want to make some cool ass Blizzard tech, definitely go out and check that shit out.
That's so cool.
That's
watch
really
the
cool. Interview.
That's cool.
Like it, subscribe to it, and all that good shit.
You know
and
what's
then watch the demo at the end.
What's cool about this whole cannabis thing to me is like there's so many different layers, right? And it's like when I stopped smoking weed, like I've never even done a dab. You know what I mean? Like it was like Mexican brickweed. How much can you get it for the pound? Let's move it and ship it. You know what I mean? Like this is like there's so many layers to all this cannabis stuff where you can just like smoke weed and enjoy.
Off of cannabis and my bags, my Pelican bags.
Yeah, he's got sick Pelly bags that are coming out.
Torch holders on the side and shit.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like with glass, there's so many different layers to it. Where it's like you can just buy a Chinese bong and smoke some weed, right? Or you can buy like a heavy rig.
Get the fuck into it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That
I can't say this more than 1,000 more times. I'll say it on any podcast, but support local artists.
Yeah, 100%.
Chaka is from Maine.
Goliath is like an actual. I have like personal like relations with my homies.
His first show was in Massachusetts. He held it on the East Coast, even though he's not from here. Richville, Mohawk.
Yeah, they had a sick show this weekend. They had a sick show this weekend. It was cool to see the homies have a good turnout. But what you were saying about Maine is, yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, Maine's a good time, dude.
And like Tom was saying, it was cool to like naturally have these conversations with people, and they were just very. They were so open and welcoming to us, and it's like,
of course,
it was dope. It was cool.
No, I think I think that's the whole thing with legalization, where these people who have these amazing abilities, right, and are so skilled in their craft can actually come out and talk about it freely. You know what I mean? Yeah, like where it's like you would never have a conversation like this 5 years ago. You know, like now it's like,
especially on camera.
Yeah, for real, right? And now it's like, yo, we can travel, we can see these people that have been honing these skills over, you know,
change our voices so
right? Change the names and like, what is that? Drugs Inc. Where everyone's wearing the bandana.
I was growing in a one-bedroom apartment, and I lived in the living room, and I didn't tell any of my friends what my address was.
I think we should do a throwback episode next week, and we'll just put plain faces.
Oh my god!
And then every time we lose, we'll just come out. Change the voices a little bit.
That's so funny. I got a speeding ticket in Maine, doing like fucking 150
Make
on
sure
my
you
street
pay
bike.
that.
Oh, Bob, you can't fucking speed in Maine, Bob.
Dude, I didn't pay it, and all right, get this. So they sent me a letter saying I lost my license in Maine, and then,
just went through this whole shit.
dude, we've had this conversation, and then I fucking I called them, and I was like, yo, I'm going on vacation in Maine. Like, what's good with my license? And they're like, fine. And I'm like, what? Like, and they're like, yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I got like a letter, and they're like, yeah, we can't find you in the system. Like, you're good. And I'm like,
hey,
all right.
You probably should have admitted that. They're gonna go back to the record.
Bro, I was so scared. I called the state police and was literally like ratting on myself, like, yo, are you sure my license is good? Like, this ain't some trap? And they're like, no, we can't find you anywhere in the system, Mr. Moon. You're fine. And I'm like, all right, like, dude.
Whatever you say, officer.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'll be up there.
I'm
like,
recording this too, man.
literally, I was like, yo, what's your name and your badge number, bro? Because like when they pull me over, I'm gonna be like, officer, blah blah blah. I said this shit.
So,
Yeah, it's funny though.
Before we take off for the evening and actually go over to the Summit Lounge.
Where's the lighter? Let me. Look, you guys are smoking weed. I'm ripping butts like it's a fucking chimney. Yeah, all right, that's good. I don't feel like a.
I want this back.
Dude, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Dude, what do you guys feel about the coronavirus? Dude,
I feel like when we went to New York, we should have worn masks.
We definitely should have touched less shit.
Well, I did touch less shit. I was on acid. Kind of just kept my hands in my pocket. brought mittens, actually.
Yeah.
I
bring it up. Me and my boy hung out today, and we had like a 2-hour conversation about it.
So I think it's definitely has got the one of my boys who like is one of these like woke motherfuckers. Shout out Jeff. He like a month ago was like, yo, listen, it's gonna be here before you know it, and it's gonna like blow up, and it's gonna be like the fucking plague. And I was like, yo, stop scaring me, dog. Chill out. I got way too much shit to accomplish. Could die from some plague.
Bro, here's the deal.
Well, so listen, so exactly what he's told me so far is like slowly becoming true, and I've been like freaking out, like watching the news. I'm like, yo, if the next motherfucking thing this dude said comes true, I'm out of here. I don't know where to go. There's nowhere to go.
So we did the math, like legit sit there with the calculator and did like the death statistics or whatever today, me and my boy, dude. 2.9 million people in the U.S. if you take the lowest infection rate will die.
2.9
million
How many?
at 40%. So it's like a 2%. It's like a 2% like death chance or whatever. And then like they say it's a 40 to 70% chance that you'll get infected by it, right? So you take like the maximum population of the U.S., which is like 360 million or some shit like that, and then divide that by 40 or times it by 40%, get that number, and then times that by 2%, and it comes out to like 2.9 million people will die
In the United States.
in the United States.
Out of how many million?
Out of 360, so it's not that bad. And then like the people that are dying,
Maybe miss your neighbor George.
yeah, like it's just a lot of people. Like, but if you think about it, like the problem is if it hits us all at once and all these motherfuckers die like in one shot, like that's when shit shuts down.
I haven't been to a doctor in 6 years because
I don't go to a
I
doctor.
couldn't afford one.
Same here, dude. I don't go to the doctor.
My immune system's tough.
Like the rich one here.
Shout out my wife for paying for the health insurance, baby. I love you.
Yeah, take it right there. Get
Paying for
married.
that shit. We got dental too, baby. Yeah. I can see and shit. I envision.
Yo, I haven't been to the dentist in like years.
Like our podcast.
Fucking subscribe, share it, vote for all the fucking gang.
Mass_MA.
It'll be
That's what we
floating
are.
over his head when this shit started. So scroll back. But yeah, fucking tell your mom about the podcast. Tell everyone, vote for us. Fucking tell the gang.
Vote.
The whole shit. Peace.